He was meant to grow old, to walk his daughter down the aisle, to take one final bow on stage. Instead, Malcolm Jamal Warner was laid to rest in silence. But that silence shattered. It started with a trembling voice, a grieving mother, and a USB drive never meant to be found. Pamela Warner stood before the world broken, yet fearless, holding the evidence that would change everything. Eyes swollen from tears, hands trembling with truth, and a voice so raw, it put a man behind bars. Today, Bill Cosby is under arrest. Malcolm's death is no longer an accident. The world watched Pamela's tear-streaked confession. He didn't drown. He was drowned by power, silence, and a machine built to protect monsters. The documents were real. The videos undeniable, the pain unmistakable. A secret folder, a final video, a chilling memo. Let the water wash it away. They thought they could erase him, but they underestimated a mother's fire. Now the system that tried to bury Malcolm is collapsing. This is more than a scandal, it's heartbreak, a war cry, a reckoning. Malcolm didn't leave a goodbye. He left a mission, and his truth is screaming through every screen. Outside the Los Angeles federal courthouse, flashing lights, reporters pushing past barricades, fans crying in the streets. A black SUV pulls up. The door opens. Bill Cosby, stone-faced, flanked by federal agents. For years, whispers and conspiracy theories swirled, but no one expected this moment. Not until Pamela Warner said the words that stopped the world. He killed my son. Her voice was not performance, it carried the weight of every silenced victim. She sought not revenge, but justice. Malcolm was the heart of a generation. The boy behind Theo Huxtable, the man whose laughter filled millions of homes. But on July 20th, 2025, that laughter stopped. The official report: accidental drowning in Costa Rica during a peaceful evening walk. No witnesses. Case closed. But mothers remember. The tone of the last call, the unease in his voice, the cryptic warning: if something happens to me, Mom, tell the world I wasn't lying. Then came the discovery. A USB drive hidden inside the lining of Malcolm's winter coat, sealed untouched. On the envelope, 5 chilling words: in case something happens to me. Inside, terror. Confidential memos, call logs, secret recordings, wire transfers, NDAs signed by powerful names, and buried deep a folder labeled Shadow Network. One name appeared again and again, circled, highlighted, repeated: Bill Cosby. Then the video: Malcolm alone, eyes hollow, voice low. If you're seeing this, I didn't make it, or someone made sure I wouldn't. He spoke of a silent machine designed to erase truth and those who carry it. They don't just silence you, he said. They erase you. They rewrite your story. Pamela fell to her knees, knowing her son was eliminated. She took the files to the DOJ. Weeks passed in silence until one night, her phone buzzed. Check the news. Breaking headlines. Federal investigation launched. Within 48 hours, a warrant. Within 72, Bill Cosby in custody. Outside the courthouse, candles lit, murals painted, chants echoing. He didn't drown. He was drowned. Clips from Malcolm's final video flooded the internet. Whistleblowers came forward, former studio staff, legal aides, producers. One voicemail cut through the noise. We were told to let his footage disappear. But he had proof and was about to go public. Pamela Warner became more than a grieving mother. She was the face of a movement. Her words echoed. He didn't just die, he was erased. And I will not stop until the world knows who did it. The system protecting predators was burning. They thought killing the messenger would kill the message. Instead, Pamela lit the match that burned their house of lies down. Bill Cosby's arrest shook Hollywood, but the Warner archive files promised more. A memo dated 2 days before Malcolm's death, marked confidential. Executives planned how to destroy Malcolm's credibility before he could speak. One line froze Pamela's blood. If containment fails, redirect through tragedy. The ocean remains a viable optic. It wasn't metaphor, it was murder cloaked in media language. And that memo wasn't alone. There were dozens of audio files, phone calls, meeting recordings, voice notes Malcolm made while digging. In one call, a network executive said, "He's not a kid anymore. He's smart, he's tracking patterns. If he releases this, we're all F***KED. Another voice replied coldly, "Then make sure he DOESNs single quotes." Then came fragment 7, the video that broke Pamela. A shaky, dimly lit hidden camera feed. Malcolm in his home office, scrolling through documents, visibly tense. He stares into the webcam, exhales slowly. "I shouldn't be recording this, but if I don't, no one will believe me. Not even my mom." He picks up a recorder and whispers, "They called me tonight, said I'm risking everything. But what am I supposed to do? Stay quiet, let them win." A knock at the door. Malcolm freezes, turns off the camera. The feed cuts. Pamela never saw him again. Social media erupted, not just with outrage, but grief. Grief for the pain behind the red carpet smile. #Justice for Malcolm hit 10 million posts in 48 hours. Protests erupted in LA, New York, Atlanta, Toronto. Graffiti on Sunset Boulevard. He didn't drown, he was silenced. Murals appeared overnight, they erased him. We remember. Celebrities who had stayed silent began to speak. One sitcom star posted, "He told me something big was coming. I didn't listen. I should have." Another went live in tears. "He tried to warn us. He really did." The DOJ dug deeper and found worse. A file labeled The Silence Machine v2.0, a 32-page manual on erasing someone without touching them. Leak a fake scandal, plant mental health rumors, use clickbait to bury real news, delay FOIA requests, pay off police, offer hush settlements. It wasn't just one man protecting Cosby, it was a machine. Malcolm had hacked it, mapped it, ready to expose it. But someone got to him first. Then came a second leak, not from the DOJ, but from inside one of the networks in Malcolm's files. A hard drive, no return address, just a folder. Buried inside, emails, transcripts, APR firm's risk assessment. One document read, "If Warner publishes, activate mitigation protocol, monitor movements. If extraction fails, contingency in place." That word, contingency, corporate code for something deadly. Pamela read it 17 times, clutching her son's sweatshirt. They planned it, my God. They planned everything. In court, Cosby's lawyers called the files doctored, blamed hackers, smeared Pamela as a grieving mother seeking blame. Then came the voice memo recorded when Malcolm didn't. No, the mic was still on. Heavy breathing, footsteps, his voice low. They said, "I have a choice. Be quiet and live, or speak and..." Well, here we are. A broken laugh. "I'm not scared anymore, just tired. But I won't be there." Pamela released it with one caption: "My son didn't drown. He was drowned by silence, by money, by monsters." The nation listened. Senators demanded a congressional review. A special counsel was appointed. Networks launched investigations. Federal prosecutors confirmed Cosby's arrest was only the beginning. Then, Pamela shared the last piece, Malcolm's letter. "If you're reading this, I didn't make it, but that's okay. I know you'll fight, and I know the truth will outlive me. I love you, Mom. Don't let them erase me." She carries it everywhere, folded, tear-stained, powerful. Now, in a world once ruled by Cosby's screen presence, his mugshot is the most shared image online. He sits behind bars, facing charges and the truth he tried to bury. Malcolm never saw this day, but his courage and evidence made it possible, because he wasn't just an actor. He was a whistleblower, a truth-teller, a son who refused to look away from darkness, and the mother who gave him life became the voice he never got to be. This isn't just a story. It's a revolution, the end of the silence industry, because you can kill the messenger, but not the message. The courtroom was still, not peaceful, heavy, suffocating. Cosby sat stiff, blank-faced, surrounded by lawyers now more afraid than confident. Across the room, Pamela, head held high, clutching Malcolm's letter. This wasn't a trial. It was a reckoning. Witnesses stepped forward, assistants, editors, executives, all said the same. "We were told to stay silent. We were paid to forget." He knew too much, and they knew it. The final blow came from an unexpected voice, Cosby's former bodyguard. Shaking, he testified, "I was told to watch Malcolm, not protect him, but track him. The day he died, I got a call. One sentence. Stand down. It's handled." Gasps echoed. Even the judge was stunned. Cosby said nothing. He COULDN, single quotes everything Malcolm feared and documented was now spoken aloud. Outside, crowds waited with candles and signs. Some shouted, some wept. But no one was silent. Some held up Malcolm's photo. Others stood in a silence that finally meant something. Online, millions followed every update. Hashtag justice for Malcolm trended again. Hashtag he didn't drown. Hash the machine is falling. But no one was ready for what came next. The second hard drive. Pamela saved it not for court or media, but for the people. This wasn't just names. It was the blueprint, surveillance footage, boardroom transcripts, off-the-record contracts between networks and law enforcement. Documents stamped, internal only, do not disclose, and at the center, one diagram, a protocol. Their final insurance, a digital kill switch designed to erase reputations and silence anyone who fought back permanently. Malcolm pieced it together, file by file, not for himself, but for her. Now, she was ready to reveal it all. She uploaded every file, every name, every plan. No redactions, no filters, no fear. The internet didn't just explode, it imploded. Anchors froze, live on air. Lawyers refused interviews. Executives resigned before sunrise. Networks went dark. One by one, names fell. And the loudest fall? The man who started it all. 3 weeks after his arrest, Bill Cosby was charged with conspiracy, obstruction, and accessory to murder. The media tried to soften the blow. Some called it unprecedented. Others clung to alleged. But the truth had spoken through Malcolm's files, and the fire Pamela refused to let die. Pamela never wanted fame. She never wanted the camera. But the world will never forget the day she stood before reporters. Once Malcolm's photo pressed to her chest, they tried to silence him. All they did was make him louder. Then she walked away. No applause, no headlines, just truth. Malcolm's legacy began to rise. Universities created archives in his name, advocacy groups formed in his honor. Murals appeared coast to coast, his face surrounded by flames, with the words, "They can kill the messenger, but not the message." A street in his hometown was renamed Warner Way, and the folder once called Shadow Network became law school curriculum. The case that cracked Hollywood, but the most powerful moment was still unseen. On that hard drive sat one last file. FinalFall.mp4. Pamela waited months before pressing play. One night, she lit a candle, sat alone, and opened it. Malcolm appeared tired but calm, his eyes steady. He smiled once. "Hey Mom, if you're watching this, I guess it's over. Or maybe it's just beginning. I didn't do this to be a hero. I did it because someone had to. You told me to speak when it matters most? Well, this matters." He leaned closer. "They tried to drown me in silence, but I had you, and I knew you'd finish what I started." His voice cracked. "I love you, Mom. I'm sorry. But thank you for being the loudest voice I've ever known." The video ended. Pamela didn't cry. She closed the laptop, kissed his letter, and whispered, "You were never erased." Now the world remembers Malcolm not just as a star, but as a symbol proof that truth buried in silence can still rise and ignite the world. Bill Cosby remains behind bars. But the true victory is the shift, the awakening, the exposure of a system built to protect predators. That system still breathes, still watches, still waits to silence the next voice. Unless we stop it, this isn't the end. It's a warning to every predator hiding behind contracts, to every executive trading silence for profit, to every machine built on fear. Your time is up. The silence is broken. The message is louder than ever. Because Malcolm didn't leave a goodbye. He left a mission. Now it's yours. Speak his name. Type justice for Malcolm in the comments. Share this video. Mirror it. Repost it. Let them know we hear the truth. If this video disappears, you know why. But they can't erase all of us. They thought they could kill the message. Now you carry it.